before we continue, I'm so jealous, man.
It was insane.
So, Ocean, I know you are not a big fan of the current game modes.
They are
So-
all.
Okay, so here's what I propose. I don't know if you have a game mode planned for this
No, I don't
segment
have
or whatever.
a game mode planned. I told you this weeks in advance that we will be fixing the consistency in the Overwatch game modes.
So how would you fix it?
Because-
Yes,
So,
that's what I was gonna get into. Is what would you fix about the game modes?
Well, a lot of it is to do with the consistency in said game modes. Let's compare Assault to Escort, which are two of the most broken game modes. Escort, I think, is worse than Assault, but the community seems to disagree with me on that. Escort, especially differentiates on map, where Rialto has the highest full wall rate, and Havana has the third highest full wall rate in the game. So
Right.
two of them are in the top three, apart from Paris, which is second.
All right. So okay.
So I'm just putting in.
Wait, so
out the inconsistencies.
Havana overshadowed Rialto in highest hold rate?
No. Rialto's still
Rialto's
first. I
still
Okay,
believe.
Rialto's still first.
Havana's third, and Paris is second.
And Paris is
Those
second,
are
gotcha.
statistics from
And they're
like
completely
7
reworking
months
Paris.
ago.
And
Those
how
are
it's
like
still
separate,
in
yeah.
the Overwatch League map pool surprises the hell out of me. Like they announced,
Yeah, that is very interesting.
They announced that they're
Yeah.
pulling Paris and HLC from the line, from the map rotation. That they're doing a complete rework to try to improve those maps, and then we see it in Overwatch
Dylan
League
map.
then 2 weeks later.
I'm sorry, I missed one part. You said Paris and what other map?
Horizon Lunar Colony. He said HLC.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So my mic must have cut out or something. But so do you know exactly what they're doing to Paris and
No,
Horizon?
no one knows.
No one
No.
knows.
Okay.
But anyways,
I
but
imagine
anyways,
they're gonna
You know,
open
go
up.
to Irvine, California, and ask him. But
I imagine they're going to open up the rotisserie. If I had to guess, that little opening where you go over the rooftop on the right, they're either going to open that all the way, put a doorway there to where you can path through that far left side, or they're going to do the same thing on the far right, which I think is what they should do. Put a path far right to where you can access the police
100%.
station. Access the police station from that far. There's already a little room there from the attacker's side where you throw like the TP up. If you're going to teleport, you sit in that left side and throw the TP up on the top left.
just put a doorway there.
Open a doorway there going into where the police cars are so that you can path low right there, and that would give you access to that center platform. So your center platform, so you create any good map, you have a triangle. Good map design, you have a triangle of where your strong positioning is. So position, I mean, it's rock paper scissors. It's classic rock paper scissors. Your one positioning on the defense should be strong against this entrance on the offense, but that entrance on the offense, you should have this entrance over here to counter that, and then the defensive position that can counter that that's weak to your other. Like there should be a circle of counters on any good map design. And that would allow that. And that's what's wrong with Paris. That's what's wrong with Horizon Lunar Colony. They tried to do that to Horizon by opening up that left side where you could go up, and they closed it from the defender's side. But it didn't work.
What's it called? Remember, what if they just had a bridge on Paris and just make it almost identical to Anubis?
Stop.
No, Anubis is also a disgusting map.
No, but the good part about Anubis is that you can go in and go right and get the high ground. That's where,
Yeah.
because you can circumvent, the defense has to put themselves in an exposed position to come attack you on those stairs before you can go up to that high ground mega. That's
so...
where Anubis is actually okay. Plus, you have high ground on your side to work with as far as you can throw snipers and FARs and stuff over your main double archway, and it's also 2 arches, not just one. Imagine if Anubis only had one of those arches that you could go through.
Just one opening. You just may wall it and be done with it.
Oh, so someone actually posted on Twitter the other day the original Anubis map, and second point, how it was like a small door.
Before you say that,
Yeah,
Anubis was originally meant to be an escort map. So
Really?
it could be-
Because it was
Anubis was
that's
originally meant to be an
interesting.
escort map,
it was
it
the
was
first
first
map
made,
they
and then-
designed.
and they originally made it an escort map, and this was also why they added Assault, which is their new game mode, and they switched it up to make a new game to make Overwatch unique.
That's
also
interesting.
Why Anubis is probably an Assault map.
I mean, I could see King's Row originally was designed as an escort map, but
Yeah.
I mean, because King's Row was the second map they designed after Anubis.
But also, I could definitely see you moving the point from the spawn of Anubis up to the right, and then through the left.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. The
bridge.
spawn was the spawn to the bridge to like the steps of the temple, and then putting it into the back of the temple or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can definitely see it, but anyways, my main problem is mainly with score and how whoever attacks second, the defenders first, such a big advantage in the escort game. So if you attack,
I think that's where I think Rialto is actually a very well designed map. I really like Rialto. I've always enjoyed playing Rialto, and I think
it's fun, but I feel like if your map has the highest mobile rate in the game, that's a problem.
The hardest part about Rialto is getting over that damn
it's
bridge.
the bridge. And
Actually, disagree. Rialto typically isn't full held at the bridge. You can't take a fight at the bridge and you can waste a lot of time. However, the most difficult part of Rialto is the amount. If you lose a fight and you don't get it through the courtyard area,
it's the courtyard.
The amount of space, because the amount of space that those DPS automatically have.
Yeah.
And the amount of like resources you have to dedicate to getting your DPS space, and then you still might lose the duel, is very difficult to push through that courtyard.
But if you're talking about just your spawn advantage as well, though, I mean, your attackers have the advantage until you reach courtyard, and that's where I think courtyard is the weak spot of that map. But once you get into point B, I mean, you have the most difficult corner of all of Overwatch to get past, but I think your spawn advantage is pretty even, and then you get into point C, and it's very defenders heavy. So with Escort, you're talking about it is traditionally a very attacker-favored map, but Rialto gives you these areas that are very, very strong defensively. And that's,
but here's the thing. There's
like
the
final point, courtyard, and that corner from hell.
And the corner of death.
If you attack first on Escort and get a time bank for say 3 minutes, right? You get a huge advantage by just stalling out the time bank as much as possible. We've seen strategies, especially when Team UK played Team USA in the World Cup. Remember the main strategy on Route 60, Junkertown, where you can hide and block the carts, stuff like that. Yeah. All that is designated today is getting the time bank down. You attack first and finish your 3 minutes. You can do this at any time you play control on any single point. You can play 2 fights on point A, just holding the spawn, minute off the clock. Take another fight, 40 seconds off the clock. Take a last fight on point A, you win and you saved up ultimates. Well done, you've held.
So something that I don't know if will get patched out, but something that me and my team found out, if you go watch D.VA versus the Hunters Gaming, casted by Bullskunk. So we found out that you can actually, on Bridge in Rialto, you can actually hold the high ground and still contest.
Yeah, you can. It's ridiculous. Like, these do they need to lower the radius for one? Because you can contest, but like there is like if you set you on the tunnel on like or the train on like the left hand side of Route 66, if you're on the very edge of that and you're playing like higher like Widowmaker Chaser, you can contest the point.
You can also you can Reinhardt charge out of the spawn balcony and land on that balcony as Reinhardt.
Oh yeah, you saw us do that too.
So you can, you can go attack that high ground right out of spawn.
Oh,
like you don't have to go low through the bridge. I mean, you can literally just charge right across and go attack that high ground.
Tried to do that.
If you attack first,
just got pulled in rock.
On Escort, you have such a big advantage in what ways you can take fights. Whereas when you defend first, you're kind of forced, to play conservative, try and hold point B, hold point C. Unless you get like a big outbreak of point A.
So how would you fix Escort? Fix the contest radius?
The contest radius would be my first fault, and if that doesn't, obviously you then play test contest radius. If that might fix, or maybe you have to let the card go a certain distance. Like for example, that might fix Eichenwald a bit for the second point of hybrid. You're the way you can get really stuck at that gate, right? Maybe you have to let the cart move a little bit further forward before the defenders.
Eichenwald, they just need to speed up that gate. It's ridiculous how long it takes from getting the cart moving to getting actually into Streets phase. It takes so long. They've got to speed up that damn gate.
You can let that gate open, right? But then you should maybe allow the attackers the point can't be contested for this little small region, because then these choke points are really difficult to bring. Another example would be the Dorado gate.
Later on in Eichenwald, where the door just gets destroyed.
It's just break the gate, you dumbasses. But like my thing with this is like there are a lot of points where your cart just should be thrown to move. Like you should not be able to detect the cart at spawn. That should not be a condition that you have to lower the time.
Right.
That sort of thing. So you should have a bit of free sort of progress where you can contest. You could still team fight there. And it should make, but the cart should be able to
But
move
on
5,
like a
10
place like
meters.
Rialto, you can't just place a tracer in the bush and they can't move.
Yeah, that sort of stuff should not be able to happen. So maybe like you can either lower the radius, you can make sure like places like gates and spawns, the cart has to move before you can contest it a little bit.
My thing is,
Those
if you
are the
mess
two
with the
things.
radius, if you
Yeah,
mess
well,
with the radius, there are going to be so much more C9s, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, but these are
4
260s
years
to the
in,
end.
people are just too used to that radius.
Yeah. So maybe the cart has to move a little bit. That would probably be my other suggestion. Those are two
So
potential
make there be
suggestions
no
that I guess
contest
for
radius for like the first 10 meters.
of a map. Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
That
But
just
the moment
fixing
that it
this
hits
escort
10
game out.
meters-
You
So the
contest.
moment that it hits 10 meters, it gets a contest radius.
Yeah, and that means that lowers the potential fights you can take on A from 3 to 2, which means that you've set up a win condition of you actually have to play 2 fights instead of just taking 3 fights to lower the time out.
Mhm.
Which you've probably fixed quite a big issue there. Another issue is the assault game mode is just long. I think they fixed the assault game mode now. To be honest, I don't see the boring of it. I just think that the assault maps.
I don't.
I just think that the 2 maps that they've taken out were just poorly designed.
Yeah.
as
No, I don't
maps.
think.
I think the game mode's fine.
Yeah,
I think the
and
game's fine.
I don't mind Hanumer or Volskaya.
I feel like this guy's a top 3 map, but that's me.
Yeah, I like Volskaya a lot. Yeah.
I love Volkskaya.
It's fun to
one of my
play.
favorite.
It's fun to watch.
Okay.
So yes, as I was about to say, we should probably just keep this moving. Airborne.
Yeah.
Yes.
Original
Yeah.
game mode. What you got
Oh.
for us?
Nothing. No, I'm joking. No, so I took this a little bit inspiration from a couple of other games, and I understand that Overwatch is a
Okay.
story-
Okay. All right. Now it's Discord.
Good night.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It was Discord.
But,
I don't know.
Airborne
it's
was still
weird.
coming through
Yeah.
just fine. Just
Yeah,
Okay.
it's you now, man.
Yeah,
Go
it's
away.
me.
Yeah. It's not you. It's me.
But my thing, okay, but before we go to the other guys, we think Assault as a game mode now fine. We think it was just poor map design for the maps for the
Yes.
for the
I
game.
No,
mode.
and it was-
For those two.
it was the community just griping because Assault actually
Yeah.
takes teamwork to execute,
Oh,
and
sorry.
that's just something you don't
Sure.
see.
But Assault
in
is
ranked
so
play.
much fun.
I mean, have you seen like Volskaya has always been one of the best maps to watch in Overwatch League.
Yeah,
Don't
I agree
tell
with
me
that.
any different.
No, I don't think. I think everybody's always said Assault is tough to play but fun to watch. Has always been kind
I think
of the
another
consensus.
sort of issue, it's not like a massive issue, but first fight is the most important fight in Control. I think there's like a really crazy
On
statistic
particular
that if you win
maps.
first fight in Control, no, like for a lot of your heroes, if you get first fight in Control, I believe the statistic is 62%.
It's 60. Yeah, I knew it was 60, between 60 and 65.
60. Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at a
It is
map like
63%.
Control Center, that's a big factor in swaying that. Because in Control
Well,
Center, the
Control Center-
first, whoever wins
Yeah,
first,
the
it's
human
got to be
format.
higher. I don't know the exact number, but I mean, I would guess it's like
It's like
80,
80.
85. Yeah. I mean, I'd
Yeah,
say 4
but
out of
Garden,
5. Yeah.
Garden, all of these maps actually are really tough to come and walk into.
Yeah. Whereas Nepal's not so bad. Like in Nepal,
Nepal isn't so bad.
Nepal, I mean, Sanctum, Shrine, and Village seem to have a lot more back and forth. Sanctum is probably the least of the bunch, but Shrine and Village for sure. I think you get a lot of back and forth.
Village depends on competitions. Traditionally, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but Village, you have
So-
that nice side. I mean, if they're trying to Maywall and just plug the main choke, you just go around to the side.
Ruins traditionally has a lot of switch ups. Lighthouse traditionally doesn't because Fora is very popular to pick on Lighthouse. And if
Yeah.
you win first fight with Fora and you're going into chokes, it's very difficult.
Yeah, going,
Uh,
but that's
well-
playing into a forest specifically.
Yeah,
That's
but
not
that
the
is
map
just
itself.
a generalization. That's just a generalization. Lighthouse having that statistic. Well, is again, it's not as bad as other maps, but I feel like first fight's still very, very important. Oh well.
Okay, so
Um,
aside from
yeah.
derailing,
Yes.
So
Airborne.
control
What?
might want a little
Ocean
patch.
is the iceberg. Oh, bye, Ocean.
what?
What? I'm still
Ooh.
here.
Yeah, no, Ocean's still here.
He's
No, it was
green on
airborne
my
that.
screen.
I think
It was. He was green on my
me.
screen as well.
Bye, Airborne. Everyone blames
Bye.
their technical difficulties on me when it's all you guys. Not gonna lie.
I'll blame you for whatever.
So.
But yeah, it was all coming
okay.
through on
So
stream. So
yeah. Do we want to go and move on to what Airborne's game
Yeah,
mode
go
would
on.
be?
yes.
Yeah,
Alright,
just
Airborne.
transition to
Okay,
that.
Airborne.
Transition to it again.
You were still going. What do you mean?
We literally just transitioned to Airborne.
All right, airborne, go.
Oof.
There you go.
Go
Best
Airborne.
transition ever.
Peanut butter.
Airborne, go.
No, but just a couple of modes. Because I know that Overwatch has a tutorial mode as it is, and it's kind of just like, hey, capture this point, this, that. It's just kind of the standard stuff. Like, hey, I'm explaining you the basic mechanic. What if Overwatch came out with like a situations mode?
What do you elaborate?
Please
have you ever played?
elaborate.
Huh?
Please elaborate. I'm confused.
You ever play Rainbow Six Siege?
No, I did not play Rainbow Six Siege because I'm bad at other games.
Fair enough.
I can't aim, Airborne.
So in a game like Rainbow Six Siege, they have these situations where you use a specific character on the roster, so one of their operators, and it's a game mode tailored to their specific attributes. So a specific game mode for like D.Va would be using all of her abilities. You know, use her flight ability, use the D matrix, obviously primary fire, ultimate, things of that sort. And it would be an entire game mode based around learning to use D.Va's kit in a basic manner.
Oh, so
Not
these
just-
are like single player things.
Yes, these are completely single
Yeah,
player mode.
I like this. I like this. This is a unique take because Knight Rider specified online game modes, but this is cool.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can do situations with multiple people. And I was thinking, like, obviously, after you go through the roster of heroes and you do like cool little situations, you can do online playing where you can actually do situations like sports games used to have. Some specific sports games used to have. You could reenact situations from the Overwatch League or Apex or any
That'd
other
be so
Overwatch
cool.
That
game.
could be
You
cool.
could like reenact. If you like,
So
you
could
like okay, here's
you could
one.
reenact like your goal is you have a goal. Your goal
Well,
is to play
here-
Tracer and reenact Profit's 5K to win the championship.
Or here's
Reenact.
even better. You have
Just
to
be
do it as a
profit, forehead.
Just be profit forehead.
Here's one that I like. So it'll give you like a team fight scenario, potentially last fight or 2 fights remaining on, let's say, Sky Industries as the Dallas Fuel. It'll start you off all in the spawn with the ultimate charge that the Dallas Fuel has, maybe with 2 fights remaining, and you got to decide: do you go now? Or do you go later?
Ooh.
Yeah, like you
they
only
put
have
in
your
a
DPS
situation.
ults.
They
Okay.
put
Yeah.
you in a situation. They drop you in a situation. Hey,
I can see
you
these sort
are
of things
in
being
this situation right now. You
I
have.
think
That's
that's
really
awesome.
good for. I gotta say that's really good for training, like for teams and stuff like that.
Exactly.
That
I
would
can
be really
see
good.
this being something that improves the overall gameplay of Overwatch. It might make competitive play a little bit more fun, a little bit more stable.
Well,
If it's a game mode that might attract the less competitive player.
Well, and to
You
follow
need
up
to
on that,
reenact.
Go
ahead.
that, you could do stuff that was main tank specific. So
You
since
could do
main
main
tanks,
Yeah.
specific
well, hold on,
ones,
before
could
you
do-
let me finish. Because main tanks are so impactful on the overall composition, if you're forcing a scenario or even a map that is the Orisa map, not only could you add lore and stuff to it, but your forced main tank has to play Orisa, and it's a scenario. I mean, in it you can get more competitive to where it's not too specific on, you have standard gameplay as far as your ult charge, and it's 2-2-2 and what the rest of your team can bring, but you have to bring Orisa and you have to accomplish some goal as Orisa to where it's getting
I
her
feel like having, like-
to do something.
Actually, I feel like
And then
what
do it
you
for
could
Reinhardt, do it for Winston.
I feel like if you like actually, I think, and I feel like I would like this. Is you play 5 of these, but you can only play them 3 times each, right? But when you do complete it, you get a loot box. No, this would. No, this is weird. No. This is meant to improve the gameplay of Overwatch. This is why I'm
Well, I
suggesting
mean,
it.
yeah, that's
There's 5
exactly
of these
why.
a week. Yeah. There's 5 of these a week. right? You get 30 attempts each. Go in there with your 6-stack, try and unlock complete the situation, and that's how you get like 5 loot boxes or like an amount of credits, or even competitive points. If you complete the situation,
what I was gonna say is,
and then you get another 5 next week.
What I was gonna say is just like you do all these scenarios and you do all this, and then they do come out with these Overwatch League specific ones. One, you're repping the Overwatch League.
Yeah, you're repping the Overwatch League, and you're improving gameplay at all levels. I think there's nothing wrong with this. Actually, Evelyn, I love you. Thank you. Well done. I like this. But Jeff Kaplan, are you listening? Yeah. Hello, Jeff Kaplan.
I have a question. Could you have like an algorithm or something like that to where like it's you playing against that person? Like,
do you mean like said Overwatch League player or?
So okay, so in like NFL, like 2K Sports and stuff like that, like you're playing against like
and stuff?
Yeah. So what if you had something sort of like that, and it's like so you basically
you don't want it to just be the algorithm doing the same thing over and over again, where you could just time everything and win because
exactly. So basically, okay, you're facing Philly Fusion, right? But it's you and your team. You're not an OWL team. It's just you and your team. You go in there and you're trying to beat. Yeah, you're trying to beat Philly Fusion.
So you actually it's like an actual sports game where you put the roster in there and just like
yes.
I think that's a lot harder to do.
No, it definitely is. I'm just saying, what if? Like, I think that'd be kind of.
And talk about good training for a 6-stack. That would be amazing training for a 6-stack.
Yeah, you're going up against Philly Fusion.
No, just like have all the modes, just like easy, hard, easy, medium, hard. Overwatch League.
You could promote
Overwatch League.
Yeah.
Here's another one. You could promote contenders with it. Wow.
No, exactly. Contenders would be your hard.
Don't be silly. Sorry, I'm being silly. Blizzard doesn't promote contenders.
You just put Overwatch League. So what's Overwatch League? You and your 6-stack go in there.
No.
They actually have started promoting contenders.
It'd go PlayStation, Xbox contenders, OWL. But no. I think that's definitely a really great idea, Airborne. I think it's a really great idea.
I mean, it's better than anything Night
I think just in general, adding the situations in there.
Like, you haven't heard my stuff yet.
Especially for heroes.
I mean, I am. It's gonna
adding in a new hero, adding in these situations to let people find out kind of weird ways in these situations to use their abilities. Just because when you go into
here's a really good one.
Besides trading range, what else do you have to use their abilities for except for going into quick play and getting BM'd by a level 10 Smurf that has been playing this game?
Here's my favorite thing. What about, say Echo was just released and they're like, here, you have an Echo for a Mercy composition. Try and beat down this bunker situation. And then there's that weak situation. It can all be a themed around Echo.
Oh, I still think Flying Dive could be a thing.
Flying Dive.
I feel like
Winston, D.VA, Echo, Pharah, Mercy, Brig.
Only Buttermaker and McCray aren't bad.
You see, the only way it would be Brig is if she had Jetpack Cat.
No, Brig can survive on her own and throw armor packs on everybody.
I know.
And Rally is a very
good. And what do you mean Widow Brig? I mean Widow McCree. Like, you don't think that your Winston D.VA aren't going to dive the Widow?
Yeah, right? That's usually my target when I'm playing Winston.
That's what I'm saying.
Dive the Widow.
Running your double flying DPS, dive the Widow with your tanks, and your DPS are taken care of. Dude, I'm telling you, flying dive is going to be an amazing comp. Anyway, I digressed.
Maybe with the CCers.
At the end of the day, like my entire idea was just the situations and putting these scenarios in there.
I think that's pretty cool.
The average beginner player can go like, so this is the base kind of way to play Overwatch. Let me build upon that.
Right. This is what it's designed to do.
There is a problem.
You know what I would love to do?
There's one problem. There are a lot of different playstyles.
No, I'm aware. Well, think about the basic playstyles, like
the basic playstyles. I like this, and it will improve the gameplay. However, some people will get it into their brain that it's the only only way to play Overwatch. You must play like this. I have a really big nose and it's
Well,
bleeding.
here's the thing, there's always going to be those people. There are those people now. You have to play Brian Zarya. You have to play Double Shield. You have to do this. There are those people now. It's not going to change much.
Yeah, but
you know what,
it might keep your soldiers from trying to run into the enemy backline and pretend like they're playing Call of Duty, because that shit doesn't work.
So there is.
Both got their shit soldier in the game last night.
What's that?
The soldier.
Was
the
there bad
tries
soldier
to
in
run
the game
around
last
and
night?
have to turn around, hook one shot, and the dude just like, y'all are freaking trash. How did that happen? Why does he have a stun, man?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So one thing I would like to reenact would be Gladiators on King's Row.
Oh, the Great
You know
Bamboozle.
what I'm talking about?
Oh, the roundabout.
The Great
Yes.
Bamboozle.
Yeah, the roundabout. I would love to reenact
It's either
that.
the merry-go-round or the Great Bamboozle. Get it right.
The Great
Here,
Bamboozle.
here, this is my favorite thing.
I'm gonna call this one the merry-go-round because it makes me
It
laugh.
makes me laugh and it makes me happy. One of the best call-outs in the history of esports. Damn it, I love Uber.
My favorite thing would be reenact this defense and try and fix what London Spitfire couldn't do.
That's easy. I identify the Widowmaker.
Yeah, right.
No, because somebody tried to do it in Contenders like the next week, and it failed miserably because they saw the Great Bamboozle, and they were like, "Oh yeah, there's gonna be a Widowmaker popping out." It only works once.
You have to rotate deal those times.
But I mean, we saw a team run the Bastion Bamboozle in CGL. The Weak Widow was banned. They ran it with a Bastion, and I straight up on stream coined it the Bastion Bamboozle because they just ran the Bastion out of spawn and just sat at the main choke while the rest of the team did the entire rotation. Bastion came out and just sacked the main choke, went damaged. It was it worked really well. It worked really well, and it made me happy. I want to say it was tier 4.
I love when teams do weird shit.
I'd have to go back, and I'm casting so many matches a week. Honestly, they kind of run together.
Yeah.
I seem to have this memory that I can just like they move together.
Yeah, hey, you know. If only you were casting.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to the next one.
It was a little bit. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, buddy. I apologize. I apologize.
That was very good. I enjoyed that actually.
You know I love you, buddy.
All right. So, Bullskunk, do you have one?
Yes. In fact, as I mentioned before, this was the game type I brought up to.
Because I want to listen to it, but I also want ice cream.
Okay, go get your ice cream. Go get your ice cream. I'll fill in the backstory.
It's
my backstory you've already heard. So this was in fact the game mode that I brought up to Wolf, the caster, who then was so excited about it, he brought me over and had me tell it to Reinforce and Brennan Sideshow, and we sat around and had a big old conversation about it. And I mean, at the end of the day, it was Sideshow who said, What's so funny?
Ocean when he left his room. I'm watching it on stream. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. But Sideshow even said the fact that we've had this big conversation about it just kind of goes to show that there could be some merit here. And again, this was kind of designed to kill goats before Roll Q was announced. But it was designed to kind of change the role of tanks a little bit, and it has to do with having objectives that you destroy. So it would be able to feel like Overwatch. One of the intentions would be that it still plays and feels like Overwatch. You still want it to be a 6-man thing, and you still want that teamwork to be important. But the idea, and I would call it destroy. And the idea is at the end, you would have one main objective, and will you mute, Ocean? That's really obnoxious.
Sorry.
I'm trying to explain stuff.
I thought it was muted.
And the idea would be to, say, destroy a statue. So almost imagine like Paris, if the objection of Paris wasn't to capture any points, but your objective was to destroy that final statue in the middle of the point B.
That's really cool.
So,
I like that.
You add the MOBA elements into there, like inspiration from League and stuff like that.
Well, and it would. I mean, there would be things that you would have to, adjust a little bit. Like I was thinking, you could even have a crit spot like in the very back of it, and you would have to have sight lines somewhat developed where you couldn't just snipe it from across the map. But it would change the role of your tanks to where you're doing more shielding, and it's not your role of your tank isn't your amount of health pool and sustain, to where it all comes down to how much burst healing you have, and you can keep these tanks alive indefinitely. Because if you can circumvent the tanks, then the point would be to destroy something. And I think you could even go so far as to have, if you did multiple checkpoints, like you could open up different routes. So let's say you start with a single like archway you can get through, but if you can sneak your tracer in and destroy this control box, it opens a gate over here. And it opens a second route for your team to be able to enter through from. And so you could design the map around that to where it would create multiple angles of attack, and you would have to choose. You would have to choose as defenders where you want to focus your defense. And I think this could be applied to, I mean, again, it would still feel like Overwatch, and you could have similar map design as, say, Volskaya or Hanamura, but I think it would open up avenues and change your approach quite a bit. I never played a lot of Call of Duty. I got turned off from Call of Duty way early on in the series, so I didn't.
I haven't played Call of Duty.
I definitely like that though. That's like really good.
So yeah, that was the game mode I brought that the Owlcasters thought when we sat there and had a big old conversation about it and debated a lot of the outlines for it.
I think that'd be a really cool thing, adding a little bit of MOBA elements to a game that people already kind of think is MOBA-esque.
That already has stolen a bunch of MOBA elements. I mean,
yeah, might as well steal more.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my game mode. Destroy.
Nice. Yeah. I really like that. I really like that.
Destroy. It's called
Destroy.
It's called Destroy.
I mean,
yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine. I have two. They're sort of similar. One is called Decoy, and the other one what did I name the other one? It was kind of like Decoy. My original name was Who Shot the Sheriff. So these are kind of like arcade games, obviously, but so you have both are FFAs, arcade games. You'd load in. Each person is a random character, right? But one person, their character is actually a skin, and they're really a McCree. So you have to go and try and figure out who it is without killing your teammates.
Okay.
So a little bit like Trouble in Terrorist.
Yes. Yeah. I think I called it Betrayer or something like that. So you're trying to figure out who it is. So like say you have a D.Va skin, but you're the McCree. So you can't fly. You don't have any of her abilities, but you have to go around and try and like kill people. Ocean, if you're talking, you're muted.
Now my concern there is, wouldn't it just be obvious that the D.Va's not using her flight and her defense matrix?
Yeah, is it not just a really shit murder mystery night?
Yeah. So I mean, it's just an idea. You obviously,
Yeah, no, it could.
But that's how you figure it out.
Also, this does exist in custom games.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Yeah. So, but like, that's one of the ways that you figure out who it is. You know, because you can't like if a McCree has all the abilities of say a D.Va or a Reinhardt, like, how can you figure out who's on your team and who isn't?
Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone's D.Va. Can everyone who is D.Va please fly up in the air? Oh, wait, we've won in 2 seconds.
I mean, it's just an idea, Ocean.
But
and then my other idea was a mystery hero 1v1, but whatever character you are, it's like 50 of them out on the map. So it makes it even more difficult to find out which is the real one and which is, the fake ones.
The one that isn't.
They're all like.
Why don't
No. Okay, so they'd have some sort of pathing. They'd have some sort of pathing.
The one that is moving without a pattern.
Yeah.
I think a cool thing for the game mode would be for every enemy that said person kills, like the person starts out with all of the cooldowns of D.Va, but the more people that they kill, Alice.
Oh yeah, the more people that they kill, the more abilities they lose.
You've got food.
Yes, the more
What
abilities.
is that? What have you been
That is,
given?
yeah,
What have you-
yeah. See, that's how we
abilities.
support each other, Ocean. Instead of bringing each other down, we develop the idea.
Because like you start out with
Or
all the
you can just
cooldowns,
come
so
up with
everyone has
funny
all the
dumb ideas.
cooldowns. But
Okay,
the more,
you don't know.
but the more people that they kill, the less cooldowns they get, and they don't get to choose which cooldown they don't get.
Yeah, I think that'd
you
be
could-
really cool.
You could kill someone, and all of a sudden you don't have your flight ability anymore.
Yeah.
I think that would work if you're using the same characters, just because certain characters are better without cooldown. Like you hack a McCree, I mean, you just think about how Sombra affects different characters right now. So if you hack a McCree, McCree doesn't really care. He's just going to turn and shoot you anyway. Like it's...
Yeah.
But you hack a Ball or a Doomfist, and they're just SOL.
Yeah, no, you have to have
Literally.
characters that rely on their abilities mostly. You can't just like be like, oh, there are 6 McCrees.
Yeah. So I mean, 6 Doomfists. That'd be kind of cool.
6 Doomfists, and then one of them could shoot freaking across the map.
Well, I mean, just that, you know, that you would lose one of your random cooldowns and suddenly you don't have Punch, Uppercut, or your Seismic Slam, and eventually it's just down to your wrist rockets, and you still got to be able to get kills. And then you ever got the kills? Oh, not... We're in a podcast and you're arguing in chat. It'd be far more entertaining if y'all just argue on the podcast. Like, I'm just saying.
I'd be golden.
You know what's so sad? You had to sandbag to try and win tier 2 and you couldn't even do it.
Oh my
Oh, shots
gosh,
fired.
Ocean.
Shots fired.
That's okay. That's okay. At least what? We're both still casting CGL. Oh wait.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't get bad, did I? I chose to have values and those values were disrespected.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's not get too deep now. Let's not get too heavy here.
I'm
This
just
is the place for that
sitting here
conversation. Oh, man.
I
Anyways,
think
anyways.
a little bit harsh,
We're
but
at
no
the
matter-
longest podcast we've ever done by a long
I know
shot
this
right
is
now.
insane. We spent so we had scheduled for like 20 to 30 minutes on OWL. We went like an hour and 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know.
So-
it was
Hey, well,
very good news.
we stuck to one schedule. We did stick to one schedule. We did 30 minutes on the game modes.
We still did 30 minutes on the game modes, yeah.
Okay, so
We've basically
We
done
did our
2
game mode.
podcasts here.
We basically
game
have.
we did all.
No,
the
we should do it.
Why don't we just do this one thing? And I know maybe not going back out, but why don't we just give our because this weekend is packed full of owl games.
Yeah, we gotta get some predictions in.
I think predictions and then dad jokes.
Predictions and dad jokes?
Oh gosh, we gotta say the dad. We're already like way all over.
One dad joke.
Let's just
one dad.
one
joke-
day. Okay.
I mean, we
okay.
could just run this for another 15 minutes and actually cut it into 2 episodes.
I mean, we could. Yeah, we could release one. Yeah.
We could just
Yeah,
release
yeah,
this as episode 13
yeah,
and 14. Or 14
let's
Well,
go
no,
and
14 and
15.
15.
It's,
Yeah.
Let's go
Part
quick
1 and part
predictions.
2.
Let's go quick predictions.
Let's
I'm
do
just
some
gonna
predictions.
start
Let's do some
from-
predictions for this week. I like this.
Oh yes. It's
Okay.
all done. It's all done.
No opinions because we already gave our opinions.
Yeah, no
on
opinions,
weeks.
Ocean.
See,
Yeah,
I think if we're
yeah,
gonna go
this is
for a
the week.
2-hour time anyway, I mean, we might as well.
Well, we still have that. We
Ooh.
still have we no.
We still have
I
39
would
dad
just
jokes to do.
Yeah, we have so much
So-
things. Okay.
Real quick, just give a quick reason why and the score and a quick
No,
prediction.
no. Pick one or the other. It's
I mean,
Okay,
one
okay,
sentence.
so
Max one
One
sentence
sentence.
of your
One
reason.
sentence.
why.
yeah, Ocean. Looking at you.
Okay, we're starting off Saturday, May 2nd. Guangzhou Charge versus the Seoul Dynasty.
Soul Dynasty.
Got a score?
3-1.
Ocean.
Soul Dynasty because of the hero bound.
Score?
That's actually a good point to bring up. Let's remind
3-0.
let's remind
3-0.
everybody what our hero band is. Because you were talking hit scans, but Soldier Sombra actually is.
Yeah,
is
we're
getting a
not
lot of
gonna
playtime.
Soldier next.
Hello, Hello, we're back.
Hey,
Hey, we're back.
Right.
All right, to remind everybody
Okay.
of bans before we start talking about predictions. So bans for, are we in week 13? Yeah, bans for week
Yes,
13
bans
will
are-
be Wrecking Ball, McCree, Widowmaker, and Mercy.
Yes.
Yes. So we have and both so Soul. So Guangzhou and Soul. Just to reiterate, Knight Rider. Who you got?
Between Charge and Soul.
Guangzhou-
Yes.
Soul Dynasty 3-1.
Ocean.
Soul 3-0 because of Hero Vans, no hit scan available for the Guangzhou Charge, and well, no Mercy available for the Guangzhou Charge.
Okay. Bull Skunk.
I'm
who
going to
you got?
mirror that 3-0. I think Soul's going to come out pissed off, and they are
Oh,
just going to
yeah.
make Charge look like chumps.
Or
I'm
they're
Guangzhou chumps. Exactly.
I'm gonna
open
agree
another
with the
potential
3-0.
avenue. What if Guangzhou come out and do what Shanghai did and force Marvel and D.VA?
Then they've got a shot.
Ooh.
Then they've absolutely got
Then
a
they've
shot.
got a shot.
But then also,
But-
I mean, Gesture and Profit need to show up. I feel like Gesture and Profit fell really flat against Shanghai.
Yes.
All right, Airborne.
So, moving on.
Airborne.
We
What about
got
you?
the-
Charge,
I said
Soul Dynasty.
3-0 Soul. 3-0 Soul.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
NYXL versus Shanghai Dragons. Ocean's
Shanghai.
game of the week. So if you want to hear what he
Shanghai.
had to say about the game, go to earlier in the podcast.
Don't skip through to the predictions so you can make fun of us.
I'll make fun of you regardless.
Okay. I'm gonna start.
You
I'm gonna
picked
start.
Houston
I
and
already
Shock
know-
as game of
I
the week.
already know what Ocean's prediction is. So, Knight Rider, who do you predict? NYXL, Shanghai Dragons, the score.
Oh, Shanghai 3-2.
Ocean,
Shanghai 3-1.
Bull Skunk.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 3-2 Shanghai. I think NYXL will definitely show up here, but I think Shanghai is gonna get the edge. I'm gonna give them a narrow edge on that one.
And I'll agree with Bull Skunk and Knight Rider for the 3-2.
3-2. So we agree this one's gonna go map 5.
I
Except
said
for
3-1.
Yeah, he said 3-1.
No,
And
the
let's
three
all
of
win
us
that
agreed
score.
that it was gonna go to map 5.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
sell win escort, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. All
They
right,
have
yeah.
100%
They'll keep their 100% on escort. Yeah,
I think they'll win escort.
I think they'll win hybrid
Okay.
too.
This one is
Potentially.
someone's favorite match in here. Dallas Fuel versus Washington Justice.
I did not pick this as my match of the week.
No, you
You
didn't.
said it
but
was one of
still
your
the match
favorites.
to watch.
Well, yeah, I'm a Dallas Fuel fan. I'm born and raised in
Yeah.
Dallas. I mean,
Okay, Knight Rider, who you
Come
got?
on.
Dallas or Washington?
I got Dallas. 3-0.
Ocean.
Dallas 3-1. Corey can play the McCree, and usually when Justice look good, it's because Arc is able to give resources to Corey, and Elivo is really good at controlling high ground, so that Corey can pop up. So 3-1 Dallas. I think Washington will still get him out.
Bull Skunk.
3-0 Dallas. They 3-0'd them once already, and we're gonna get Decay back on Tracer.
And no McCree. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the 3-1 Dallas Fuel.
Sounds good.
Now-
Moving on.
Here is my match of the week, simply because I don't think LA Valiant is as bad as everyone thinks, as their standings say they are. Because I think this is going to be an upper mid-tier team versus a mid-tier.
No, I think this is actually going to be a great matchup. I think
we got the LA
KSP
Valiant.
is going to show up here.
LA Valiant versus the Atlanta Reign. Who you got, Knight Rider?
I got Valiant 3-2.
You actually stole my
You just did it.
prediction.
You
I
just-
thought I was
you
going to come
spurred
in
the
with.
disappointment.
I thought I was going to come in with the hot take and pick the underdogs because I think Valiant's going to take this one too.
I think they are.
I think they are.
I'm gonna go with the Rain because the Hero Bound's like a little bit more on the Rain side this time around. Dreamer isn't able to play the Wrecking Ball, which is a hero we like to bring in occasionally, and Rain is gonna get exposed again on Lucio. So I'll go Atlanta 3-1.
Bull Skunk.
He's
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-2 Valiant.
And I'm going to agree 3-1 Atlanta Reign with Ocean.
All right.
I think I'm probably going to agree with Ocean on.
Split.
First one we've kind of got split decision on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I just say like
Now-
Dreamer can play Wrecking Ball. He has very aggressive style Reinhardt, and they like to play the double shield on the side of
Yeah,
Atlanta,
Reinhardt
and you're gonna
double
really
shield
struggle
is
to
good.
play that aggressive Reinhardt style,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
and you can't adjust to the ball, and Pokeball is gonna expose you. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
Like that
So
way.
next game is going to be Knight Riders Game of the Week.
I'm going with Shock 3-2.
Oh yeah, let me say who the teams are: Houston Outlaws versus San Francisco Shock.
3-2 Shock.
Okay. Ocean
3-0 shock.
3-0 Shock. Bullskunk.
I'll give Houston a map. We'll go 3-1 Shock.
I have the
Is that a pit?
optimism.
Is that a pity map?
That
a,
is
a little bit, but if Blase and Repel
That is
show up,
100%.
no, if Blase
gonna
and
go
Repel
through
show
that.
up, they look scary. I mean, they've
I'm
proven
gonna go
that.
3-1.
And Outlaws
I'm gonna go 3-1
stonks are on
Shock.
the rise, man. Outlaws have not looked.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
go with
seriously,
3-1
they've had
Shock.
all of their losses early in the season. They've actually done pretty darn well here in the back half of their games here. So
All right.
I think they'll put up a fight. I mean, we've seen
they'll
Dallas
put
put
up
up
a fight. It'll be closer
Dallas
than
took
you
San
think.
Francisco Shock to map 5, and Houston and Dallas looked pretty comparable, frankly.
Unless San Francisco comes out pissed off and basically just to prove that they don't need Sinatra, I think it's going to be a 3-1.
They
It's
did it
going
last
to be a
week.
lot closer than people
And Muma has to not int like repeatedly
think.
and not shatter nothing. That would be a good
Yep.
start.
Okay, now we're moving on to Sunday, May 3rd. And
This
we're
is gonna be
getting
an
on
interesting
to
matchup.
more early morning games. Soul Dynasty versus the Hangzhou Spark. Knight Rider, who you got?
Soul Dynasty 3-2.
Ocean?
He doesn't
You
want to
wanna
agree
go
with
the
me.
upset.
We'll come back to Ocean.
You want to go with the
He doesn't want to agree with me. That's what it is.
I think Soul's going to take this one cleanly. Spark have looked really, really shaky. And I'm telling you, I think Soul's going to come out pissed off this weekend. So I'm going 3-0 Soul Dynasty here.
Wilson's going
Again,
3-0.
if you can force Marvel and D.Va and expose Fitz again.
Yeah,
Beat
but
them,
is
people
Spark
know
going to be the
that
team
much.
to do that? Is Hangzhou
No, Guangzhou-
Spark going to be the team to do that?
I'm trying to think if
Do
they
you
have the
wanna
tools to
go-
do that.
Do you want to
No.
go for the upset? Ocean.
No. My question is, can Spark force Soul Dynasty to put Marvel and D.Va, and can they expose Fitz? I
think
don't
they
think they
can.
can. I think No, I don't think they can. I don't think they're resourced. I don't think either Guangzhou or Hangzhou do. If you said can Chung do that, I'd agree. But no, I don't think Hangzhou can, and I think it's gonna be 3-0 Soul.
You think it's a 3-0
3-0.
as well? 3-0? I'm going to go with a 3-1 Soul Dynasty.
No, 3-0 because the Sparks do not have the tools to put Marvel and D.Va.
Now here's the more fun one. Now you have the first matchup of the year of the Chengdu Hunters versus the New York Excelsior.
That happened last week, but go on.
I know it did happen last week, that's fair.
Um,
Yeah, I'm just looking at the schedule last week because I have it open up here, and I'm just like,
I'm going to take Hunters 3-1.
oh.
That
Okay.
would be a major upset. That would be a major upset.
Ocean?
No. New York Excelsior.
No. Shut up.
New York Excelsior. They usually when you're playing the Hunters, you either get caught out once, and plus Amon can't play balls, so you're not going to get caught out by anything like that. McCree's banned, so Leave loses one of his signature heroes,
Mercy's banned. They can't play Jinmu and Pharah.
and you also just can't play Mercy, and he's very good Mercy. So we'll go MXL 3-0. As much as I hate the sound, I love the Hunters.
I think I'm
What,
gonna mirror,
no, hold.
I'm gonna
Oh,
mirror
I'm
that.
sorry. I looked at the wrong week. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry. I was looking at week
Chengdu
14.
Hunters.
I
Yeah.
picked freaking Hunters 3-1 over London Spitfire. My bad. NY.
That's
Gotta
cheating
keep it.
because we said
Gotta
the game.
keep
We
it.
said the
You're
game. We
keeping
said the game, and you just listen to us, and it's not difficult.
Oh,
I'm picking. No,
Wolfgang.
I'm definitely picking NYXL.
No, you can't
3-0
change your
again.
prediction.
No,
You were
no,
listening.
it's too late. It's too late.
That- you said
It's
so you
too
were
late.
enjoying
I was looking at the wrong week.
That-
I got old eyes.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Listen to us. It's not difficult. Are you saying your ears and your eyes don't work?
Well, okay, if you look at week 14,
We're not
it
talking about
shows
week 14.
NYXL. I know, but if you look at it, it shows the Hunters name right above NYXL, and I'm like, oh, like maybe he's reading it wrong. I was like, oh,
No,
maybe he's reading it
literally, I
wrong. Nope,
said,
I'm just old and
oh.
blind.
Literally, I said NYXL versus Chengdu Hunters, and I said it was the first time it happened, and then Ocean said no.
I don't know.
Night Rider, you said 3-1 Chengdu against NYXL. This is done.
This is done.
Yeah.
Set in stone.
Yeah, all right.
It's
So
set
when
in
it
stone.
happens, I can tell how to screw off.
Yeah, exactly. That's just think of it that way. When they actually win, you can say how big brain you were. That's, but that's not gonna happen.
The 3-0.
And yeah, NYXL's gonna 3-0 the Hunters.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
Chengdu relies on shaking up their teams. Plus, Chengdu seems to have lost their identity as of late. Even when they can play Wrecking Ball, they're not really sticking with that right now. They're trying to force something that they're not very good at. They're trying to force these double shield
They're
comps,
better at the chaotic compositions.
and they're better at the chaotic compositions. And I think they've kind of lost their identity in the past month, and they're trying to fit in with the rest of the Chinese teams with their compositions, and it's not working for them whatsoever. I also think NYXL will lose against the Dragons, and they're going to come out angry about it with something to prove on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But my last thing is REI's gone, and REI give them identity, so that's just unfortunate.
So all of us are 3-0 except for Knight Rider, who did.
I'm
3-1 Hunters.
Talk about it.
All right. We've beat that
Okay,
horse to the
next
ground.
match,
Let's
which
Okay.
is-
moving
which is
on.
Bull Skunk's match of the week. It is going to be the Philadelphia Fusion versus the Paris Eternal. Knight Rider, who you got? It's Philly Fusion versus the Paris Eternal.
I'm going with LA Gladiators on this one, guys.
Oh, good lord.
Okay. No, I'm gonna pick Philly. 3-1.
I think this is an exciting matchup just because Paris is the one team to take a match off of Philly. And this is kind of the tiebreaker, but Paris is missing too many vital pieces to their puzzle right now. I'm going to give it a probably 3-0 to Philly, honestly.
I'm going to go with you 3-0 to Philly.
I'm going to go with a 3-1 to Philly, just because I think Paris can take a map off of Philly.
Aaron, you just agree with Knight Rider. What the fuck have you done?
Moving on.
Enablers.
How did this not get anybody's match of the week? I mean, come on. We've got Florida Mayhem going up against the Boston Uprising.
Again.
Do we all have the same answer,
Again.
right?
I'm gonna go 0-0. Neither team shows up.
Actually, Florida has come to their own, my man.
Yeah, Mayhem stonks are on the rise.
I'm gonna go 3-0 Mayhem.
Yeah, 3-0
Oh,
Mayhem.
3-0.
There's no explanation needed.
3-0 Mayhem.
3-0 Mayhem.
Now,
Boston
an
shit.
actual good match
Oh.
is the next match.
Wait, okay, before we go on to that, I would like to throw something out there if we're doing predictions. Who would win Season 1 Dragons versus current Boston Uprising?
Dragons.
Dragons?
Yeah.
Are you talking stage 4 dragons or stage 1 dragons?
I
We're
mean,
talking Season 1 Dragons.
Season 1 Dragon. I know, but he's saying that they did start to develop, despite the fact that they didn't win.
Yeah.
They got some new
Auto
pieces.
and Fearless.
They got Auto and Fearless. So, if in that regard...
We're talking entire Season 1 Dragons.
No, but he's saying, would you have Fearless and Auto in that theoretical game?
Yes.
And,
Okay, and then
and then
Fearless, Auto, and Dio would shit on this Boston Uprising roster.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because I agree with you wholeheartedly. But I'm really just kind of sideways pointing out that Boston Uprising right now is definitely the worst team we have ever seen in Overwatch League.
Do you see the clip of Brewster just flying off the map on Elias Lighthouse?
No, no.
Oh, he just jumped off the map on D.VA trying to matrix his own far. He
Yeah,
mixed
that's a
his
fail.
matrix on his own far and fly off the map.
That's a fail.
Now, final map, which is, personally, I think is going to be a really good map because I think both teams are pretty
Map
solid.
or match?
Match.
Oh,
What was
this
it,
would
one
be
map?
This would be a great match. I mean, it's Surefour going up against his old team.
Yeah.
Gladiators,
Toronto
3-0.
versus the LA Gladiators. Knight Rider.
I'm going with the Ocean on this one.
Gladiators 3-0.
Gladiators 3-0. Bullskunk?
I'll give 3-1 to Glads. I think Surefour will have something to use.
He'll try something, and he'll realize he's trying to set up agilities, and agility will fall flat on his face.
I think he'll have something he could bring to the table to beat the Glads, but the Glads, I mean, they keep looking strong, so.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Gladiators because I think Surf pop off and they'll be able to get at least one map, maybe like the.
Yeah, I think
No,
they'll
but
get
you're forgetting like when Shuffle was playing that, he's trying to set up agilities because agilities always been trying to plays and agilities been garbage this season. So
yeah.
if you want someone to try, if you want to tell me someone's going to try and carry, tell me Cree.
Probably Cree will carry. Like he did.
They'll carry them to a map win because Bergeron, Space, and OGA will have a field day.
Munch and Carrot brings up a good point. Toronto lost their head coach in recent times. About, what, 2 weeks
Although,
ago?
although they did get Lilbo as their head coach, and I am excited to see what Lilbo can do.
Where did Lilbo come from?
Gigante.
Okay.
He was the player at the start of the season. I was like, he actually could be playing on this team. And he is very, very smart and athletic. He was the in-game leader as Gigante won Contenders Season 3 Europe. So I can see him being a very, and he's very good at speaking. And that's something he's always been good at. So I think he could do.
No, being able to communicate, articulate, and all those things, that's extremely important from a head coach. And I think that's something Toronto could really benefit from. So I mean, I think that's a very valid point.
Now, Lobo, I think, can be very, very strong in this sort of position. I don't think his impact will come immediately, though. Maybe later in the season they pick up another player, and Lobo. I mean, let's think about it. Fifi built this roster, and the people who want, money built this roster. There's a lot of these are fan favorite players of Shuffle Agilities.
Well, no, they built a Canadian team for Canadians. Like that was that definitely seemed to be their approach, right?
Yeah, the fan base roster. Like I mean, Kellex, Nevix, Base, Curry, probably all deserve calls. Maybe even Shortford. Like Shortford's still a good pick up.
Shortford's still a good pick up. I mean, you can talk shit about him all you want, but he's still a big brain player. Big brain dad.
I think he's alright. I don't think he's like top level anymore.
No, he's still a good player. Like he's.
But like, you're playing him in a setup role when your other DPS is agilities, and I think that you try to the other way around.
Yeah.
I think agilities past it. He was good for maybe a stage and a half in season 1.
I mean, Team Canada did really well in the 2018 World Cup.
All right. So I think
we've officially had a 2-hour podcast, boys.
Oh God!
Round of applause for
I'm
us.
sorry for keeping you guys up so late.
Round of applause to Munch and Carrot for hanging out with us this whole damn time. Like, holy cow!
Carrot, you're a trooper.
You're a trooper, man. The patience
that came through.
You're tolerating this squad of misfits for 2 hours. Oh my goodness.
Oh God! And what a squad of misfits
we could probably just make a dad joke segment for next show.
Oh gosh.
We do not have time.
Yeah,
we do not have time. We do not have time.
We're 2 hours and 5 minutes, boys. This has been a heck of a podcast. It's been a fun one, though. Man, time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining us here on D.VA Ate My Podcast. Too bad D.VA could not eat our time. It just
she did eat a lot of our time.
No, I mean it just
she
crazy,
ate my
man.
internet again.
She did. She ate her internet. She ate Discord.
She really needs to stop doing that.
She actually did eat the podcast, literally. Then.
Yeah, she did eat the podcast. That's true.
So,
hey, we're living up
we
to
were
our
really good at naming these. We were really good at naming these podcasts.
We did.
Honestly, I think we have the best podcast name out there. I mean, come on. Plat Chat, they're jealous of our podcast.
So, if you guys want to follow us on Twitter, you guys see our handles right here in the center: OceanCastGG, Chris_Clark03, at Bullskunk, and at Airborne1300. We appreciate you guys
really
listening, watching. Thanks for the follows that Bullskunk got. We got 2 followers tonight, which is awesome.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is episode 14. Coming out episode 15. We got more OWL action coming at you when I bring in that 3-1 victory for the Hunters.
You can't even get it out. You're like, it got stuck in my throat there.
We have a very special guest next week. Basic is going to be on the podcast next week. Super excited.
Yeah.
Super excited. The Frag Master himself. The Fraginator. He is coming on to the podcast next week. It's going to be a heck of a show, guys. If you thought this one was wild, we might hit 5 hours next. Between him and Ocean, it's going to be like just mayhem.
I
The
think they're
casters
gonna
are
roast
taking
each
over.
other.
No, I think
Yeah.
she will shoot you if I do it.
Oh gosh. So if you guys haven't already, please check out sosaclothing.co. It is .co, not .com. And when you guys go there, please enter in our special promo code, Stream Console. You guys see it there in the bottom right corner, just without the at, all caps, one word. Use that and you get 15% off your order and 15% of your order that you guys pay with that sweet moolah that you got from your stimulus checks. You guys can use that, and 50% of that gets kicks back to us. We use that to put back into the community. We love you all. We appreciate all your help. And if you guys haven't checked it out already, please check out nonamenerd.com. They got everything from shirts, jerseys to jewelry, everything for your gaming nerd needs. So please check them out. We appreciate it. And we do have those giveaways coming up very soon. Very soon.
You think
Very,
thanks
very
for
soon.
sex
And
podcast.
for you nerd moms, Mother's Day is coming up. So hint at the guys, There you got they got some pretty cool jewelry on that nonamenerd.com. Please check it out, guys.
Don't forget about DMC, who's kind enough to provide the music
Yes.
here for our podcast. Check him out on
was here last
SoundCloud,
week.
DJ DMCCC. Go check him out. He does good work.
If you guys haven't, we did have him on the podcast last week on episode 13. So please go check that out at our YouTube. We will have descriptions, everything you guys need in the comments below. We love you guys. Please subscribe, stars, do everything that you guys can. We appreciate you. Say bye to the folks, guys.
Bye to the folks, guys.